Welcome to the Post Racing Podcast with Ron Robinson. Post Racing, the site for winners.
Good afternoon. I think I may have picked the wrong week to start doing this daily podcast. What we normally find is, it's been awful racing this week, let's be honest about it. And I made a point of telling my subscribed members in the morning newsletter that I was actually quite loath to put the daily podcast on social media yesterday, because I knew how poor the racing was, and I was absolutely spot on. Some winners there were impossible to find. I ended up posting it up on Facebook around about 20 minutes before the first of the Four for Fun, weren't they fun, went to post. I didn't bother telling anybody on our WhatsApp group it was there, and it's very much the same today, if not worse, and it's probably worse. Subscribe members, they may have had a little bit of joy yesterday with Sandown, and that was a mover 18 to 1 into 10 to 1. Hit 11 to 1, and I thought to myself, might be easier to back. Left it alone, got punted back into 9 to 1 and won easily. The horse had halved in price. If you look at its form, you'd be saying to yourself, how did that happen? But then, if you look at the results right across the board yesterday, you're probably asking yourself, how did that happen? Today we've got 4 meetings, one of which is a racing league nonsense at Chepstow, 2 of which are purely for the holidaymakers, that's Yarmouth and Brighton. 5 of the 6 races on the east coast are class 6, and down on the south coast 3 are class 6. You've got an apprentice race, a race confined to horses that have not won a race in 2024, and another confined to horses that have not won more than 1 race ever. Yarmouth has got only 33 horses going racing. Brighton have got only 42. And the one glimmer of light today is Sandown. But even they only offered me 2 races that I could look at for even considering producing ratings for. One of those is now down to 6 runners. 4 of those are 3-year-olds. That's been binned. And the last race on the card is a class 5 that exceeds the maximum number of field size for that class of race that I'm prepared to work for ratings. That number is 12. I think it's 14 at the moment. I pointed this all out to Sean yesterday afternoon, and he basically just laughed and he said, and it's the Shergar Cup of the weekend. And I'm thinking, oh, you must be kidding me. Anyway, it's just simply indicative. All of this is indicative of a week of racing following a festival of racing. It was the same after Royal Ascot, and I'm personally taking things very easy on the betting front this week. The only thing I've spotted as being a flash of light has been the beaten favourites in the OMS section. The last 2 days, we found 6 were listed in that section. They produced 4 winners and 2 more placing. That might be a way to go for subscribed members at the moment. Definitely wouldn't trust much else. So we've got no rated races, but that has actually given me a little more time to follow the markets, which I have done. Doing that produced good results a few days ago. Whether we see the same again today or not, we'll find out later. My biggest problem has been trying to work with the Brighton card. Only 1 runner there had seen any support at all, and even that has now eased a smidgen. You can have that one for nothing. It's in the 4 o'clock. It's called Open Secret. It was 15 to 8 into 11 to 10. You can now get around about 5 to 4. Good luck with that one. I'm not even going to look at Chepstow, the Premier meeting, which is run under the farce of the Racing League banner. Racing for me is not now, nor will it ever be, a team sport. How people can bet on it when they've got no idea what team instructions are being given, I'll never know. It could well be a bit like Formula 1, where recently we saw the leader with a lap to go or something it was, told by his team to pull over and let the other guy through. Is that going to happen in the races? Who knows? I'm not saying it ever does, but I'm not going to take a chance on betting on it. So what am I actually going to offer you today? Well, like I say, it's extremely light, and I've genuinely struggled to find much of anything that I would even consider betting myself. I have continued watching the markets since I sent subscribed members my update newsletter, and I've noted a move for 2 more. One is called Beachdale. That's in the Sandown 645. That's 16 to 1 into 7 to 1. And the very last race on the card, we've got a horse called Raymunda, who's been backed in from 25 to 1 into 9 to 1. That's the 8.15. Maybe a small 28 each might produce you a penny of profit. Who knows? One thing I wanted to tell you about this, I was going to say this morning, but we're afternoon now, is Tony Davidson's producing a season ticket for us on the football this season. He's going to start working for us for the whole of the forthcoming Premier League season, and he'll be producing advice for a minimum of 6 games every week. That will require a subscription, as I mentioned the other day, and I've decided £10 a month. And you can make your subscription if you want to join him by visiting postracing.co.uk, and in the subscribe link in the main menu, you scroll down, you'll see Tony D season ticket. Just select that. You'll have to sign up for a site membership first, which I will arrange, and that's about the size of it today. I'm afraid it's very limited, very poor racing. I'd rather concentrate on Tony Davidson's season ticket, to be honest. Tomorrow, no solo podcast, because Sean Travass and I will be doing a full one. That will be live by around about 4:30. Don't expect me to pull miracles from the Shergar Cup. I probably won't even try. But I'll leave it there for you today. Good luck with those two at Sandown tonight if you bother. I'll just say good luck and ta-da now.
Post Racing, the site for winners.